Hi everybody, I like to do a little tour today, and I like to present our virtual server appliance, and especially for this video or training I like to show what we do with snapshots. I have prepared a couple of slides. It will take only 2 or 3 minutes or maybe 4 minutes to go over the slides, and later on I show you how you can do it in a live presentation running on my virtual machine. So my name is Helmut Schmerniak from HELIOS Software, and I'm talking about a new product we are bringing. It's called Virtual Server Appliance. Basically, this is a ready-to-go image to be deployed in all major virtualization solutions, Xen, Hyper-V, VMware Server, you name it. All the major players are supported, and the whole idea behind this product is that we have a ready-to-go solution, including the Helios file server solutions for Mac, Windows, and web, including a Linux operating system being supported by Helios. And this is a big deal because customers receive a turnkey solution and save a lot of money using it. So now it's telling you a little bit about snapshots. Why are we looking to support snapshots? It's very important. Snapshot is basically a copy of the file system for a given period, and this can be used to do backups. So when we do a snapshot, there's a second file system, the snapshot file system, and you can do a backup which may take hours, and doing the snapshot itself, it takes only seconds. So the backup itself, it's stable because data is not getting modified, it just stays stable. Another example how you can use snapshots is for intermediate saves. So let's say you have a very critical environment where you don't like to restore all your data when something goes wrong because it's too time consuming, but snapshots could help. So for example, you can do a snapshot in the morning, in the afternoon, and in the evening, and once something went wrong, and you can, for example, somebody has removed by accident some files, you can go to the snapshot and just restore these files from the snapshot. And another interesting case is an emergency operation. Let's say somebody has done really bad stuff, removing bad files, or a database crashed and in the middle of a run, and you need to basically continue to work with your business without the option to restore all your data, which may take a day or so. So you can mount the snapshot and you can work with the snapshot with the previous version of the data, let's say from earlier today. So the snapshots itself are mounted as read-write, which means they are fully usable. You can work with it, with files, with databases, whatever. So this is a little example how a snapshot looks like. You basically have a data partition. In our test case here, it's called data1/data1, and for our test case, we just have a little volume here with 1 GB. Then you can create a snapshot, let's say one in the morning, one in the afternoon, and these are snapshot containers, basically partitions, saving the differences between the time when you did the snapshot here and actually now. So this is the version of now, and this is the version, let's say, of 11 AM, of 2 PM, of 6 PM. So there is a volume group. We work with a system called LVM, Logical Volume Manager, and these volume groups are providing storage, and usually this volume group provide the data partition or multiple data partitions, and you can create snapshots of each data partition. In the LVM context, they are called logical volumes. The snapshot partition itself, this here, contains only the undo blocks, what needs to be done to get back to the original state. So this also means you need to specify a given size for the snapshot, because the snapshot needs to save the delta, and this needs some space, so 10% of the logical volume is a good idea to use this. So there are also some considerations when using snapshots, because these snapshots are writing data actually twice, once in the real file system and then in the snapshot to do the undo. And this means every block it's written multiple times. First it needs to save the old data, then it saves the new data and writes it to the underlying file system. So all this means snapshots are very nice, but they take down a little bit your performance. So depending how many snapshots you have. When it's only one, it's reasonable. When you have multiple snapshots, just take into account that each snapshot produces more I/O. So this is the menu, how it looks like when we work with our virtual server appliance, and I will show this to you in a minute in a live tour. So now let's switch to the system. Here we have our virtual console screen. My preference is to work with a terminal remotely, not directly on the console screen, because then I have a scroll buffer and can do this a little bit easier. I log on to my system with SSH, user root, and this, now I'm working on the HELIOS Virtual Server Appliance. The login brings you directly to the management system where we can do all the setup. I did an earlier video explaining about it. Today I just like to go into the snapshot feature. So I go to storage management, and here there is an advanced setup, and I manage an existing volume group called data VG, which is the volume group where my data is sitting on. And done. And here we have a feature called Manage Snapshots. Let's go into it. Let's list snapshots. There is no snapshot there. So I can create a snapshot, and just from the partition data 1, it's fine. The size should be 300 megabytes. By default it's 10%. So let's mount this snapshot, and that's the path where it will be mounted. So just a few clicks. What's interesting, we flush the desktop database, we flush the index database to make sure that we disable or flush the volumes that the snapshot can be mounted later on. So now it's done. Let's list snapshot. Okay, the snapshot is available, called snap1. It's mounted in /snapshots data1 for the data1 partition, snapshot1. Okay, I have here my volume, and I have some data here, and I like to rename some data, and whoops, by mistake I removed my data. Oh, that's not good. And I cannot undo this, so the folder is empty. What to do now? Let's connect to HELIOS admin, and in HELIOS admin I see I have my data SharePoint or volume shared for Mac and Windows. It's in /data, but I created another volume called called snapshot /data1 snap. So, and this I created earlier. So now let's do one thing. Let's connect to the server. I see my snapshot volume. I can connect to it. I can enter here. I see my files. I just copy it back to my original volume. Okay, and my data is... I finished my snapshot, I restored my data, so let's look to the administration one more time. I can list the snapshot, I can see it. I don't need the snapshot anymore because the backup is done or I restored my data. I can just remove my snapshot, calling that snap call remove it, yes, and here we go. So list snapshots, it's gone, the snapshot has been removed. So it's this simple, and you can do multiple snapshots, and snapshots are done per file system. So let's go back to slides. Oops. Here we go. So what you saw is I created a snapshot. By accident, I removed some data. I restored my data by mounting the snapshot volume just from the Finder, from my remote server, and I restored my data and removed the snapshot. So straightforward. The solution you saw, it's called Virtual Server Appliance. It's an upcoming product of HELIOS software, and it's a turnkey solution bundled with the HELIOS server products, Ethershare, PCShare, and WebShare, and Linux runtime, ready to go to be deployed in VMware, in Hyper-V, or Zen environments. So additional information for the Virtual Server Appliance can be found on our website. There is a data sheet available, so that's described here. And you are welcome to comment on this video and share your opinion about it and ask questions. One good way to do this to visit the Helmut Schmerniak page on Google+. So just enter helios.de/Helmut and you will be redirected to my Google+ page. And there I will publish the video and you can comment on the video and discuss without how you like it. So that's it. Thank you very much. Don't forget to go to my Google+ page and to add me to your circle. Then you get notified automatically next time. Thank you very much for listening. Bye.